Hello YouTubers, welcome to vlog number 99. That is one away from 100. Let me do the math. Yes, it is indeed one away from 100. So tomorrow is a 100 vlog. Remember, I've got that giveaway coming up for a 100 vlog celebration. Just to see how the giveaway will work will be announced tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how to enter for that. Where is it? For the delicious Ninja Smoothie Maker Blender. Oh yeah, look at that Ninja. Ooh. Yeah, buddy, you can make smoothies really easy. You can do dough. You can make other stuff. Anyway, great day ahead. I thought yesterday was UT1 day, then easy day today, and then harder day Thursday. But turns out, yesterday was UT1 day. Today is the next step up, AT day. 2 by 15 minutes on the bicycle. So last week we had the AT days at 3 by 10 minutes. Today, 2 by 15. Oh my goodness. We're working our way up to half an hour on the bike. Let's see if I can get close to what I did last week. All right. Apart from that, it is a cooler day. The sun seems to have decided to not show its face since we saw it for like 2 weeks straight. It's a cooler day today. Probably going to row on the water, then do that 2 by 15 minutes on the bike. All right, let's get to the club. And we've made it back to the club. Got my smoothie, strawberries, banana, yogurt, oats, milk, protein powder. All set for a great day of training. Just 2 sessions a day, so that's pretty exciting. Get a half day, but I think I might add a little bit of conditioning after the second session. We'll see how I feel after the 2 50-minute bikes. Hopefully I can hold on to above 300 watts. I think that'll be the target, roughly 310, 320. See if we can go for that for 15 minutes times 2 on the Wattbike. Let's get changed and into the gym, see if we're rowing this morning. Let's go. And, hello Fraser. It looks like we are rowing today on the river in a 4 with the boys. And as we are rowing along, I'm going to be discussing, as you can tell from the title, since I've been doing a bit more of the bike, high intensity bike stuff the last couple of weeks, plus obviously I know kind of some stuff to go with the high intensity erg stuff. I'm going to just talk about the differences between the two, especially later on in the video when I'm doing my 2 by 15 minutes on the Wattbike. Stay tuned to see what wattages I do for that. I was pleasantly surprised with what I ended up doing. So the differences between, so you're on the erg and you're on the bike. You're going pretty hard, so I would try to hit AT. Oh, yeah, I'll try to hit AT on the bike today, and so I know what hitting AT feels like on the rowing machine. And also, this topic was actually suggested by @BigPhil90, Phil Clapp, world record holder and many ski erg records. But the differences between the two are quite drastic. Okay, so bike. Obviously, you're only using your legs. Really, you're only using your legs. Obviously, there's some auxiliary muscles going on, but it's very leg-dominated exercise. Whereas the rowing machine is it has a lot of legs in it, but you have a lot of everything else as well. So that is a big difference. So it's like when you're on the erg, giving it loudly, giving it big licks, yamming on it. It's really just kind of a whole body burn, if you will. But it's not quite, I wouldn't describe it as a burn when you're going completely wild. It's just sort of everything's working so hard. But then when you go on the bike, especially for like the 3 by 10 minutes I did the other week, or today's 2 by 15 minutes, it's like, so for the first minute I'm doing whatever wattage it is, and it's almost immediate of no matter how long the piece is or whatever, it burns the legs. But that burn doesn't really get worse
unless obviously you go even harder. But really it says, so I was sitting for the 3x10 minutes, sitting at 320, 330, 380, and it would be so, like, not painful, but it burns us so much within the first minute, and for the next 9 minutes it doesn't really get worse unless I start winding it in, and then it starts burning even more. But you compare that to the rowing machine, it's like it's not a burn, but like you'll start going hard and it gets harder and harder and harder, and it just like keeps climbing and climbing and just keeps going and going. Like when you're doing a half hour and you're holding a consistent split, it doesn't just sit there and you like hold a sort of certain difficulty. It just gets harder and harder and harder. Whereas on the Wattbike, obviously there's a limit to this, but when you're going hard, really hard, it just seems like, at least so far anyway for me, it burns almost immediately, like quite a bit, but the burn doesn't seem to fade or get worse. So I'm not really sure which one I actually prefer. What I find really interesting is, so on the bike so far, with the hard pieces that I'm really going for it, it's like I can feel my body adjust and try and get rid of the lactic acid, try and get rid of that burning sensation. So it's like an ebb and flow. It doesn't get like better, but it does change, and you can feel like my body responding to the stresses it's under, and just okay guys, we're gonna have to put some blood over there and change this and move this quicker or whatever. Whereas the erg, you don't really have that feeling. You sort of I'm not sure if it's you don't really have, your body doesn't have time to adjust kind of thing, because it's almost every stroke it's getting worse and worse. Whereas on the bike, maybe it's because it's like lower body dominated on the bike, it can sort of reduce what's going on up in the upper body and then move stuff down and like exchange. But on the rowing machine it can't do that, since you're pretty much using every other part of your body, so it has nowhere to sort of move things around, so everything just hurts, even the lungs and all that. And whereas I've not went hard enough on the bike yet where the lungs start burning like they do in the erg, but obviously that could just be because the bike is that it's using not exact percentages, but say just the lower body, so 50% less muscle on the bike, so you have to work that much harder to reach that level of sort of cardiovascular output. And talking about effort, we'll cross over from here to effort wise. Is it harder to like end yourself on the bike or the rowing machine? I would definitely say on the bike you can it burns so much, but for me, well, it's hard. It's like blowing on the erg versus blowing on the bike. If you've ever done a 30-second flat out piece on the bike, you can light the afterburner straight away. You go up to 2000 watts, you're going, then you look up at the clock and you're 5 seconds in, and you're like, oh my goodness, this 25 seconds is going to be massive. But then when you go in the rowing machine, it's not quite the same as that, but you can definitely have, like, you can blow in 30 seconds. So I think maybe the blow feeling is definitely much different. Like I think the legs, or at least this is my experience, it could be different with a more experienced cyclist or a more experienced rower, but in my experience, just a difference between sort of yamming on it on the bike and yamming on it on the rowing machine. The rowing machine sort of wins out on that sort of ease of like digging that hole and finding new levels, whereas the bike, this is almost as if it keeps you very deep in that hole but doesn't quite get you there, especially when you're not flat out. When you're flat out, oh boy, it's uncomfortable, that's for sure. No disrespect to any cyclists out there, because you guys are pretty hard, and as are those rowers out there too. So let me know in the comments below what you think in this regard. Is it easier to sort of really go for it on the bike or the rowing machine? Maybe you have more experience in one or other, or maybe you have more experience in a completely different activity or exercise where you're like, bro, this is so much harder, this is what you need to be doing. And a couple of comments as well about my cross training and why I do bike as instead of sort of running and whatnot. Running for me, I mean, I'm so out of running shape, and running shape is very specific to running, versus rowing shape is very specific to rowing, and then biking is not specifically rowing, but it is closer to rowing. Plus, that burning feeling that you get is a real mental sort of benefit. So if you're burning for 20 minutes on the bike, that really helps when you get into that burning sensation on the water or in a 2K, where you're thinking, this hurts so bad, but that bike I did like the other week, I had this feeling for 20 minutes and I've only got 5 minutes to go in this erg. It should be okay. So I can use it kind of like that as well. And obviously I could do that in running, but my body is just out of use of running. It's very used to low impact activities now. I did play basketball before where I was more used to it, so it would take me a while to get back into running. But the physiologists and I have decided biking and rowing, and well, rowing on the water now and erging are all sort of the 3 exercise activities to get my fitness up and running. Should be what I should aim at. Okay, that is the end of the erg thoughts for this vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did. And I'll see you after I've finished this row.
And we've made it to the crew room on a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Great row with Fraser, Tiernan and Morby. Decent water and a great row in the 4. Now it's breakfast time, because remember, food is fuel. Eggs, beans, bread, sausage, and lots of brown sauce. We're going to eat this, recover, and we're going to head to the 2x15 minutes on the bicycle. Hope I don't throw up today. Alright, let's get to it. A great session? No. A great breakfast this morning. Now to go and do the 2x15 minutes on the bike. This should be interesting. So the thing with the bike is it just burns almost immediately. Doesn't get too much worse, but it stays bad for the entire time. But let's get to it. Could be fun. Let's go. Coming out here, a little cool down. After the first 15 minutes, managed to go 3:27, which is higher than the first 10 minutes of the 3x10. So the next one, we're gonna try and go higher again. Again, I've committed to 1 wattage. Can't let it go down now. Okay, cooling off, and we'll get back to the next piece. Let's go. And we've got Tiernan here on the air. While I was doing flat out stuff, he's doing just UT2 stuff. He's trying to make up for his lack of eating porridge yesterday. Still didn't finish his porridge today.
Didn't have any, that's why.
Didn't have any, so he couldn't finish it. I'm not lying. Let's see him on the erg. And that's enough of turning on the erg. I need some food to fuel after that workout. See you at lunch. And we've made it into the crew room after an excellent workout. 327 and 348 watts, which I was quite happy about, considering last week the 3 by 10 minutes, the first two were below 348. So 5 minutes longer in a piece. Nice. Incredible's on again in the background, and I went for a double crew main. And we've loaded up on the chicken. So chicken and wedges, some salad. Eat this, recover for the rest of the day. No more sessions. Alright, let's see if I can eat all of this. Let's go. And a fantastic lunch here with Tiernan.
Yeah, the boys.
We are still here after many people have came and went. And we see here we've got the year 200 balloons for the 200th anniversary of Leander Club this year. A big celebration happening throughout the year. But fantastic lunch, because remember, food is fuel. Need a lot of fuel after those 2 by 15 minute bicycles. Gonna chill for the rest of the day, just 2 sessions, lovely half day. Remember, tomorrow is the 100th vlog, and stay tuned for the information regarding the giveaway for that blender. Yeah, buddy. But that'll be the rest of the vlog for today. Remember, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Have a good one.